As you stand on the brink of delivering a presentation, your heart races and doubts start to trickle in. Then, in a moment of clarity, you recall these 7 wisdom of a Roman emperor who confronted myriad battles, both external and internal. Curious about what wonderful wisdom these could be? Come along with us in this video as we explore the principles of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that has the power to boost your self-confidence and help you conquer any challenge, much like a seasoned Roman leader. Along the way, we'll uncover 7 powerful lessons aimed at strengthening your inner strength and guiding you toward unwavering self-assurance. Lesson 1. Embrace what you can control. The Stoics had a profound insight into the nature of confidence. It lies not in the hands of others, but within ourselves. Take Epictetus, for example. Born into slavery, he understood firsthand the power of focusing on what we can control. He taught that true confidence springs from mastering our own thoughts and actions, rather than seeking validation from external sources. Consider the story of Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor of Rome. In the midst of governing an empire, he found solace in the idea of embracing what he could control. Despite the pressures of ruling, he prioritized the cultivation of his own virtues and values, finding strength in his inner resilience rather than in the whims of fortune. Similarly, Seneca, facing exile and political turmoil, emphasized the importance of internal mastery. He wrote extensively on the folly of seeking approval from others, urging his readers to instead focus on honing their skills and character. For Seneca, confidence wasn't about external praise, but about the quiet certainty that comes from living in alignment with one's principles. These ancient philosophers understood that true confidence is rooted in the choices we make each day, the thoughts we entertain, the actions we take, and the attitudes we cultivate. By following their example and embracing what we can control, we too can cultivate a deep sense of self-assurance that transcends the uncertainties of the world around us. Lesson 2. Practice self-acceptance. True confidence stems from self-acceptance, a profound acknowledgement and appreciation of your strengths, weaknesses, and inherent worth as a human being. Stoicism teaches us to embrace our imperfections and failures as integral parts of our journey, rather than sources of shame or inadequacy. By practicing self-compassion and viewing yourself with kindness and understanding, you'll cultivate a resilient foundation of confidence that withstands life's inevitable challenges. In essence, embracing self-acceptance is about recognizing and honoring the entirety of who you are, the good, the bad, and the messy in between. Think of it as embracing Epictetus, a prominent figure in Stoic philosophy, often spoke to this idea. He emphasized the importance of understanding what is within our control and what is not. For instance, he might have said something along the lines of, "Know that it is not the things themselves that disturb people, but their judgments about those things." In other words, it's not our imperfections or failures that cause us distress, but rather our perceptions and reactions to them. Consider Socrates as well, who famously declared, "Know thyself." His emphasis on self-awareness and introspection underscores the significance of accepting oneself fully. Socrates himself was known for engaging in dialogues that challenged societal norms and conventions, yet he remained steadfast in his own identity and beliefs. By drawing from these examples and the wisdom of ancient philosophers, we see that self-acceptance isn't about striving for perfection or denying our flaws. It's about embracing our humanity in all its complexity and finding strength in our inherent worth as individuals. Lesson 3. Cultivate virtue over reputation. Stoic philosophers like Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, and Seneca often emphasized the importance of prioritizing virtue over reputation. They believed that genuine fulfillment and inner peace could only be achieved by living in accordance with reason and moral principles rather than seeking external validation. For instance, Seneca, a prominent Stoic thinker, frequently highlighted the idea that true happiness stems from within rather than from the opinions of others. In his writings, he urged individuals to focus on cultivating their character and living with integrity regardless of how they are perceived by society. Seneca himself exemplified this principle in his own life as he remained steadfast in his commitment to Stoic virtues even amidst criticism and political turmoil. Similarly, Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of aligning one's actions with moral principles irrespective of public opinion. In his famous Woke Meditations, Marcus Aurelius reflected on the fleeting nature of fame and external acclaim, advocating instead for a life devoted to wisdom, justice, and self-discipline. Epictetus, another influential Stoic teacher, taught his students to focus on what is within their control, their thoughts, actions, and attitudes, rather than obsessing over external factors such as reputation or social status. He encouraged individuals to cultivate an inner fortress of virtue that remains unshaken by the praise or criticism of others. These Stoic philosophers, through their teachings and personal examples, demonstrated that true strength and fulfillment come from living with integrity and aligning one's actions with virtuous principles rather than seeking validation or approval from the outside world. Their wisdom continues to resonate today, reminding us to prioritize inner excellence over fleeting external acclaim. Lesson 4. Embrace adversity as a catalyst for growth. Stoicism teaches us to view obstacles not as barriers to success, but as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. When faced with challenges or setbacks, adopt a Stoic mindset of resilience and resourcefulness. Instead of succumbing to self-doubt or despair, see adversity as a chance to cultivate courage, perseverance, and resilience. By reframing obstacles as stepping stones to personal development, you'll fortify your confidence in your ability to overcome any adversity life throws your way. Stoicism urges us to shift our perspective on obstacles, seeing them not as roadblocks to our goals, but as avenues for personal advancement. This philosophy teaches us to embrace challenges as chances to refine ourselves, fostering resilience and ingenuity in the face of adversity. Ancient Stoic thinkers exemplified this mindset in various real-life situations, demonstrating how it transcends mere theory and becomes a lived reality. Consider the story of Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who was born into slavery but rose to prominence through his teachings. Despite facing the severe constraints of his circumstances, Epictetus didn't perceive his status as a hindrance to his intellectual growth. Instead, he saw it as an opportunity to cultivate inner freedom and resilience. His famous line, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters," encapsulates this Stoic ethos perfectly. By embracing challenges as opportunities for growth and self-improvement, they transcended their circumstances and cultivated inner strength. Their stories serve as timeless reminders that adopting a Stoic mindset can empower us to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. Lesson 5. Live in alignment with nature. According to Stoic philosophy, living in alignment with nature entails accepting the inherent order and unpredictability of the universe. Instead of resisting change or clinging to unrealistic expectations, embrace the ebb and flow of life with equanimity and acceptance. By surrendering to the natural rhythms of existence, you'll cultivate a sense of inner peace and confidence that transcends external circumstances. Lesson 6. Practice negative visualization. Stoicism encourages us to contemplate the impermanence of life and the inevitability of adversity through a practice known as negative visualization. By envisioning worst-case scenarios and reflecting on the transience of worldly possessions and relationships, we gain a deeper appreciation for the present moment and cultivate gratitude for what we have. This practice not only fosters resilience in the face of adversity, but also enhances our capacity for joy and contentment, bolstering our confidence in our ability to navigate life's uncertainties. Ancient Stoic philosophers often illustrated the principle of negative visualization through their own lives and teachings, embodying the philosophy in both words and actions. Take Musonius Rufus, for example. He was a lesser-known Stoic philosopher who emphasized the importance of preparing for adversity through negative visualization. He encouraged his students to contemplate the loss of their material possessions and even their loved ones, reminding them of the fleeting nature of external circumstances. By mentally rehearsing these worst-case scenarios, Musonius believed his students would develop the resilience necessary to face life's challenges with equanimity. In their daily lives, ancient Stoics would often engage in practices that reflected their philosophical principles. Through these examples, we see how ancient Stoics lived out the principle of negative visualization, using it as a tool to navigate life's uncertainties with grace and resilience. Their stories remind us that by embracing the impermanence of life and preparing ourselves for adversity, we can cultivate a deeper sense of gratitude and contentment in the present moment. Lesson 7. Maintain perspective and equanimity. Finally, Stoicism teaches us the importance of maintaining perspective and equanimity in the face of life's ups and downs. Instead of allowing external events or other people's opinions to dictate our emotional state, cultivate a sense of detachment and inner tranquility. By viewing life with a calm and rational mindset, you'll develop the clarity and resilience necessary to navigate life's challenges with confidence and grace. In the ancient days, Musonius Rufus, a lesser-known Stoic sage whose teachings emphasized the cultivation of inner peace amidst the tumult of existence. Back then, in ancient Rome, Musonius Rufus was renowned for his unwavering commitment to Stoic principles, often imparting his wisdom to students in the bustling streets of the city. One anecdote tells of how Rufus, when faced with the loss of his home to a fire, remained remarkably composed, calmly stating, "The flames may consume my dwelling, but they cannot touch the tranquility of my soul." Similarly, in the bustling marketplace of Athens, the Stoic philosopher Cleanthes exemplified the virtue of equanimity in the face of adversity. Despite enduring poverty and hardship throughout his life, Cleanthes approached each challenge with a steadfast resolve, maintaining an unshakable inner calm that inspired those around him. These anecdotes serve as poignant reminders of the timeless wisdom encapsulated in Stoic philosophy. Whether facing personal loss, societal upheaval, or the capricious winds of fate, the Stoics teach us that true resilience lies not in controlling external circumstances, but in cultivating a steadfast serenity within ourselves. By embracing this ethos, we too can navigate life's uncertainties with courage, grace, and unwavering equanimity. Congratulations! You've completed our exploration of 7 Stoic lessons to boost your confidence and transform your life. By embracing these timeless principles and integrating them into your daily practice, you'll cultivate a profound sense of self-assurance that transcends external circumstances. Remember, confidence is not about being perfect or seeking approval from others. It's about embracing your inherent worth and living in alignment with your values and principles. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay confident and stay stoic.